Alright gang, welcome back to the lecture hall. I am your host, Professor Bobo. We are bringing you the second half of my doubleheader this evening. We move from Division B up to Division A. This is A West. We have Tilted Miners going up against StepDads here. I just want to throw up a couple of quick shout-outs to some friends of the show before we go ahead and jump on into draft. A couple of guys here in NGS just helping out big time. You know, Crow with the overlays. Raven X is actually joining me here on cast. Raven, say hey, buddy. All right, help me out, especially on the Twitch side, because I'm not very good at pressing buttons, and the NGS family is really, really good at helping out on that end. So, without further ado, we're going to start moving into our matchup. StepDads won the coin flip. We have our map bands and our selections there on the right. So our first map is going to be Towers of Doom. After that, we're going to head to Volskaya Industries. For those of you that were sticking around after the first map, excuse me, after my first match, I'm very happy not to be headed back to Towers of Doom to get in a 35-minute slugfest. That's nice. Throw up our rosters here for each of these teams. You will notice that Tilted Miners here bringing a little bit of that dorm flavor. StepDads, though, we did have them earlier in the season. Casted a game in which they ran into an absolute buzzsaw in blasting burrows. So we're going to see if Vlees and the boys can turn this guy around. Now for the run-in. Tilted Miners on a really, really good win streak. You can see last week they actually picked up 2 wins, but you can even extract that data, go a little bit further. They have 5 map wins in a row. And on the flip side, StepDad's struggling right now. They've been able to push games into the later stages. You know, they've been successful getting games into that 20-minute mark, getting up to level 20, but it's been a tough go thus far. They have lost 6 out of 7 maps, picked up a map win against Wedge of Destiny, but that map win was here on TOD, so that's something to watch out for. Finally, before our draft, let's just take a look at our keys to the game. Scouting reports by Zadolf. We'll start off with Doc and his patience for StepDads. Doc Holliday right now showing up big time, leading the team. He's the only player right now above 70% on the Magical Z index. Those of us who are patrons and work the scouting reports know what that's all about. He's also, despite being the support, top on his team in terms of uptime and KDA. Started the playoff push. As we get deeper into the season here, points coming at a premium. And with this momentum that Tilted Miners has been able to pick up, they are looking to break into the upper echelons of A West. You can take a peek here at our standings crawler on the bottom. A lot of the top teams in A West undefeated right now. And if Tilted Miners wants to break into those top slots, they're going to have to keep working for those dominations. And our last point, there we go, Miners digging deep. Hoping to see a little bit of fun out of Tilted Miners. They have been willing to step out of the meta throughout the course of this season, playing some picks that are lower priority. They've played some Malthael and some Arthas, but they've also dipped into both Kel'Thuzad and Kael'thas on the mage side. They played some Brightwing, played some Diva, and even thrown a Stitches game in there. We're going to go ahead and head on into draft. Raven, are you looking for anything weird in this game? Because it's TOD. You can play a lot of different strats on this map.
You know me, I'm always excited to see if maybe someone will pick up an Abathur or a Lost Vikings, so I'm going to root for that.
Oh, you and your Vikings. I knew you were begging for it last season. Abathur on TOD is... It's always fun because you just have the ability to sort of sit back and wait out the early part of the game. And the way that the objectives work, you can just play with your clone around the around the altar channels.
Yeah, you just spend your time looking for soak and then showing up when the altars pop and looking to make the clone of the best player on your team and help to erase them and walk away with some free shrines.
Quick Maiev ban here. This will be, once again, StepDad's map. It's a strong Maiev map. Not just a great hero, but, again, Towers of Doom, you always have opportunities to make plays. You're going to find spots where teams are going to clump up, and you can make your little cage play. We'll see what StepDads want to remove, though.
The lower levels, I'm not seeing a lot of Maiev Phoenix priority or bans. I'm imagining at the higher levels, Maiev is definitely scary. I'm curious as to whether Phoenix is going to see any love here.
5 seconds left. So Hanzo's banned. Tilted Miners have used 7 out of their 8. 7 out of 8 maps they have used that Maiev ban. They just don't want that hero involved. And I feel like with the Hanzo remover, okay, they go for the Stukov. So the S tier support's gone. But when we see Hanzo removed early, teams are not maybe picking Phoenix so much, but I feel like that helps to enable him. It's when you're talking about the two sort of dominant backline carries right now, and Hanzo just being able to outrange Phoenix puts him under immense pressure. We'll see if StepDads want to move into it here, but tanks up. Mouth certainly will be a priority here as well.
Yeah, Hanzo has killed some of the strong hyper carries such as Vala, just because they can't reach him. So you're definitely when he goes out, they do pick up the one option that is available as a long backline in the
Interesting.
Junkrat.
Junkrat Sonya. So eschewing traditional support tank rotation, and tank support has seriously, I would probably say 75% of the games, the team with the second pick has just gone immediately into whichever support is left and whichever tank they want. As an interesting thought here with Junkrat Sonya.
Well, normally you get the forced into whatever's left of between Mouth and Stukov. If you're not worried about the Mouth, or if your support's not very strong on it, you can kind of let that support drop a little bit lower down in the pick. And Sonya, they need a strong solo lane to be able to. One of the big priorities is pushing that one bot lane in. So if she can win that lane for them, then they'll have a good setup to end the game relatively quickly.
So far this year, only one game not on Stukov or Malfurion for StepDads. That was an Oriole game. Not sure we're going to see Oriole in this setup. I don't think Junkrat makes for a darn good battery. But Thrall and Kael'thas, I smell something. Raven, do you see this coming for Tilted Miners?
Well, if they opt to throw Thrall in the solo, this is where Phoenix can actually come in and make for a great wombo with his, not the Planet Cracker, but the other ult. I don't even have it memorized at this point.
I'm going to call it right now. This is a Stitches game for Tilted Miners. Yep.
Stitches, huh? It's a nice combo. Grab
KT
him,
Thrall.
root him, silence him.
It could be. I mean, you would take the Garrosh whenever you could, but they have played Stitches this season. Not a lot of teams can say that they do. Like, especially if they ban out a tank here that would help Stitches. I think it's going to be playtime.
Stitches isn't a bad option. I know Garrosh doesn't do much against Junkrat. He just sits back and pokes him all day, and that armor is almost meaningless.
Stitches is even when he's in or out of the meta, it's a tank's comfort. Like if you know that you can hit hooks, it's always out there, and you have just an absurd amount of lockdown right now. You've got your wave clear with KT. It might not be Thrall in the solo lane. Might not. The Johanna removal. That, to me, signals the intent to go with a Garrosh. Or at least keep it available.
I imagine they... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I imagine they would respond with a Garrosh ban, but they're going to go ahead and opt to take away the other main top-tier support.
They baited that Malfurion ban out for sure simply by not picking it. So the choices were Malf and Garrosh. We'll see where StepDads want to go here. I don't know. I'm banking on that Stitches. I think it'd be cool. I don't know. I haven't had a Stitches game yet.
Well, StepDads can hold their support for last now. I'm curious as to what their tank and other DPS is going to look like.
It would be a mistake here to pick a cleanseless support in general, let alone... I agree with you. You can hold it for sure. You have to have a cleanse.
Alex
Apparently
Straza.
you don't. Alex Garrosh.
They're gonna go for
Okay.
a Wamba. That's what it looks like to me. It's interesting. Alex Straza doesn't offer a ton to this map. It's not major point control where she's going to get a ton of dragon value. They're gonna hope to use it and end team fights in an explosive manner, and then go ahead and go for the objective after the fact. But if they get no value out of dragon, they're gonna be hurting.
Ah, Alex Garrosh on towers. It just interesting. Again, could work. I feel like right now, you're just stitches. You might get thrown here, but I thought they were playing for it, and I want to see if that was the thought. We may again if we do wind up having tilted miners after this set. It's definitely a question I want to pose. Stitches Diva. We talked about it in the keys. Like, they played different heroes. Diva works fantastically well into Garrosh. Again, pending player skill, but you've got hooks. And now your Junkrat and your Alex are going to have a really hard time coming out any sort of hook play. Sonya struggles against it as well. And the other side of it is, even if you catch a Garrosh with a Stukov silence, every one of those heroes is going to struggle into it. There's no cleanse on the board. StepDads, they might play this pick out, and I'm not sure there's an easy answer in this situation. I almost think you actually just go Abathur if you have it and try to play the map.
Well, they have the poke, they have the finish potential with the Sonya. I'm trying to think, I would like to see maybe a mage from them, just because there's a little bit of a front line on the other team. Having a little bit of damage out there
Like
might
a
help
false
some.
stat? Oh, they go, okay. What a wild draft, man. Last 3 picks: Stitches, Diva, Zarya. I've had none of those thus far. All right, I absolutely dig it, man. It's been a long time since we've seen Zarya. The critical thing to watch with Zarya right now is that you have Graviton Surge on a 60-second cooldown. You can get a Grav Surge in between objective phases. If you're playing, again, for that Wombo, you've got a short cooldown on Zarya, on Garrosh, and you've got good follow-up if you've got your Sonya in the area, with just trying to hit that Rat Spear. I don't know who to favor here.
On the side of Tilted Miners, they have a much harder type of CC in the Thrall. All the skill shots and all of their CC, so it's going to be more difficult. But if they are able to grab someone and delete them, that gives them a substantial advantage. However, I would favor StepDads here purely because of the Wombo potential. Okay. That will hinge on their front line standing in the way of the hooks and then being able to walk out and not get deleted themselves.
I mean, they have enough range in Junkrat that their 4-man should be able to sort of play around it. I just like that we're going to see something a little fun, something a little different here. Stitches,
definitely.
Diva. All right.
Prepare yourself.
We'll start over on the side of StepDads. Dr. Holiday is going to be playing the Alex Straza. Bacon on the Zarya. Woozy will be playing Junkrat. The Captain Viles will be on Sonya. And Adam SK will be playing the Garrosh. On the opposite side, for Tilted Miners, I just fizzed the Captain, throwing the hooks out on the Stitches. Aiko will be playing the Thrall. Jace on the Diva, R. Wolf on the Kale Thas, and Aruktal will be playing the Stukov.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, looks like StepDads is opting to not fight mid. Probably a good idea, so nobody gets hooked and killed early. Give them the side of Tilted Miners an advantage.
1 hook, 1 miss. I don't know if it counts if nobody's on screen.
Oh, we have a bit of cheese going by.
I like this idea. They've got a, bot lane is pretty far away. They've got to time it out well. Woozy there on the Junkrat, just looking already try to prevent that rotation down, but
A little bit of a slow response, but the damage is almost
Adam's big
insignificant.
almost. I think that was really more about just getting a little bit of an XP lead. Now let's see if I just Fizz can wind up getting some kind of nice hook here. The KT combo's out, so the hook lands on the Garrosh, but he'll be alright.
Diva is AFK. Oh, there she goes.
A little bit of a different Zarya build too. Maximum charge picked up. I cannot remember the last time I saw maximum charge. Huh.
I'm thinking maybe it might help for the survivability of anybody that gets
Garrosh
hooked.
looking
Maybe she's playing more of a...
looking for the over the wall throw there. It's you know what, it's a play for the long game. It's gonna take a little while to get stacked up. On the flip side, R-Wolf on the Kael'thas going for Mana Addict, so globe competition will be real. A 1-3-3 here early on from Tilted Miners. They're starting to pick up that XP lead. Both teams will hit level 3 at the same time, but Eiko on Thrall, just kind of hanging out here by himself.
StepDads just doesn't care. They're just gonna hard push bot all day.
They're leading in that XP battle. There's the collapse on a Sonya, but Vili should be all right. Keep an eye on NMSK here. Can he get the right throw target? There's the stun. He's gunning for Thrall. I think he'll be able to get him here. Yep. The hook comes out, but it is late. No helping hand. First blood claimed by StepDads, and they will jump ahead on the XP lead and pick up level 4.
Looking to invade. The question is, do they just go bot with it again?
It looks like their strat. Junkrat with a concussion mine there. There's a hook over. Interesting. It'll delay the capture a little bit, but Tilted Miner split here. Four picked up for Miners as well. This is slam build Stitches, as expected.
Tilted doesn't have the ability to dual soak with a single hero like what they have with Sonya, so they're going to get that free push bot until Tilted Miners makes a decision as, are we going to pressure the solo, or are we going to go down and defend this?
There's the pre-shield. Really nice play by Bacon. Sonya is going to grab the friendly channel up on top. Eiko on Thrall looking to catch up in experience. Quick shout out to Old Pro in chat there. Dude, you played that Diablo money. Keep doing it. We'll get you that replay tomorrow, boys. Quick Dragon. Why not? The cooldown's up, but that's a immediate dive by Jace. Low health. Oh, and a good hook there from I Just Fizzed. Does Doc Holliday have one more gust out? He does. Adam SK deep in here. He's going to go down. Eiko will wind up picking up the kill. Bacon looking to pick up a little bit more damage, but he eats the Flame Strike. 2 kills. And Tilted Miners. Well, they give up both top channels, but pick up 2 kills and bottom.
Traded 2 kills for the 2 towers. In this map, the early shots don't always matter too much because the ability to come back is very strong in the map.
The Zarya is just, it's tough to play against. Not just because of the hero's kit, but when it's unexpected, you just have to change your thinking around so much. Your comms become cluttered thinking about her shield. You've always got to start, figure out, is she the target or do we ignore her? There's an unstoppable and a throw. Stitches is in deep here. Alex laying the healing out. Keep an eye on I Just Fizz. There's the hook. Nothing doing. R-Wolf there to follow. It's hard playing against Zarya. Like I said, especially when you're unprepared. Just the game plays out differently. You can see this bottom push here. I mean, not just the towers in the gate, but the walls are gone as well. That's going to pose a problem, particularly going into the second objective phase where we have the bottom channel. Oh, that bomb. Oh, Bacon didn't have a shield. He goes down. 1 for 1. Adam SK should not be able to get out of here. He procs the unstoppable, but Eiko winds up coming down. Great play by Jace.
Really nice engaged by them. Now Sonya should be getting this camp top. I'm curious as to what she's waiting for on that.
Looks like the call was just made. Stay up there. Villies was thinking about it. And with a half-level lead, it looks like StepDads has the intention of letting this one go. They've got Woozy for the poke. Stitches and Kael'thas will go ahead and pick up Sapper camp.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the altars in my name.
4 bots. Sonya pushing top. Eiko on his thrall on the way down. This is Zarya's shield. Lurking Arm comes out and gets good damage on the Junkrat. He'll mine away. That's an ambitious dragon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was for safety or the intention to poke.
Might be just afraid to not have enough time to throw it out. It's easy to get silenced out of the transformation, let alone all the other CC.
Bit of a different build here from Dr. Holiday as he goes with the Life Blossom at level 7. Keep an eye on that darling little flower on the battlefield. It does give a heck of a target for Stitches to hook.
Yeah, that's actually the pro build right now. Giving W for what it brings, and then Q to be able to heal up in between fights without eating into your health too much.
So Veles and Eiko, the solo laners, have just been sort of trading waves here. 10s are going to be closely contested at the same time. Adam SK has himself a KT. The Lurking Arm comes out to try to provide a little bit of peel, but Kael'thas is gone. Adam SK really, he sniffed that out. I think the second that Stitches showed himself mid, StepDads stepped up, picked themselves up a kill, and now both teams are on level 10.
D.Va doesn't offer them much as a tank, so if Stitches is off on his own for whatever reason, StepDads is going to be able to take full advantage of his absence.
Well, the wave clear with the slam build is there, but again, if you don't, you're relying on D.Va to just be able to Q away. Adam SK is going to taunt the Stitches. There is the spear. I just fizzed his body blocked in. Well played by StepDads. Taking a quick peek at our level 10 talents. Oh, do we have it? Oh, Expulsion Zone. Not going with Grab Surge. I was really hoping for it. Leap Sonya, though.
So not so much looking for the Wombo, they're just looking to secure these points with all of the abilities that they have.
I'm surprised it's on a 60-second cooldown. Grab Surge is so good with the taunt. I'm not disappointed at all in StepDad's play. I think we were just hoping for the big Wombo. Here's a throw onto the D.Va. She has a bomb. Expulsion Zone. And Cleansing Flame. That is 3 heroics used. D.Va uses the bomb, and there's the hook on the backside. Oh, I just fizzed, just gorged Zarya. She's going for a little bit of a ride. Our Wolf is there. Misses the stun. But with no Cleansing Flame, I don't think Zarya is going to be able to get out of there. Riptire comes out. The channel disrupted by Jace. Watch the hook here. Garrosh grabbed. Unstoppable, and there is the concussion mine. Under big threat there. Jace with the chase down. This is why D.Va works really well in the Garrosh. She's going to wind up picking up this kill here. Great plays from Jace.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made a huge bit of difference with the cancel on the Riptire. It's very unfortunate.
Teams, you can see it, are starting to pick up on how to deal with Riptire. Just if you've got a hero that can just all in to disrupt the channel, it's going to have that desired effect. StepDads with a little bit of a bobble here. 6-4 in terms of kills. So we did see Gorge. We see massive shove as well. Phoenix. D.Va going into the tap. Hook missing and Earthquake for Thrall. 32-28 in terms of shots. Level 13 will be picked up here momentarily. Adam SK looking to pick a fight beforehand. He re-pops, finds himself the KT. Well played.
Curious as to the alt choices. Earthquake, as opposed to Sunder here, they don't have a huge amount of blow-up potential, unless I mean, I guess if you
combo in big trouble here. He's bodied in. Fizz has to use the Gorge just to get the peel on. Ruktal looks like he's still going to wind up going down. Adam SK with a stun there. This Garrosh is on a roll. Cleansing Flame, that's for the delay, and to get the heal on Veles. Misses the spear, trying to put pressure onto Jace. He does not have a bomb yet, and Bacon will go for the channel. So just...
Should be a
absolutely, and the pressure in terms of shots is going to start building up here. The one thing that always surprises me about Earthquake, just getting back to your previous point, is that Sunder is yet another way to just instantly delete Riptire. And I've seen Thrall played into Junkrat 3 times now, and it's always been Earthquake. Adam SK misses the combo there. D.Va will have a bomb momentarily with a little bit of auto attack. That's a lot of damage on to the Alex Strauss. She's trying to use the speed to get away. There goes Sunder. Aiko on the back line. He winds up getting leapt onto. The bomb is going to zone everybody out. Arwolf on the back line trying to get the escape. Meanwhile, Garrosh and Junkrat in big trouble. Into the fray used. Does not shave the Junkrat. NMSK with the taunt. Garrosh will go down. Cannot pick up the kill on Thrall. 3 kills for none. 4 kills for none. Jace with the snipe.
That's Zarya snipe.
Baby.
Well, that gives miners an advantage to be able to actually counter push the spot
They
lane.
can
Finally.
absolutely take this. StepDads had a great run there. 10-7. This is a bit of a bloodbath. But Tilted Miners there. Winds up picking up 4 kills. I gotta commend Jace on this D.Va. He's been making the difference here post 10. Good use of the bomb. Picking up a kill here or there. We'll see where Tilted Miners go to pick up their 16 talent. Triple altar phase.
Now, looking at, actually, I cannot see. Let me pull up healing on the side of Zarya. Zarya is actually shielded for 22,000 in addition to the 25,000 of Strauza. So the extra support value that she provides is helping to keep them alive in a lot of these team fights.
They've just struggled to keep up their combos over the long run. They've been getting aggressive. They want that bottom tower so badly, and it's costed them 2 team fights there. So right now, Tilted Miners are going to be free to pick up 2 of these bell towers. I just Fizz. Does he gorge? He does. Leap. Cleansing Flame. Expulsion Zone. And Fizz is in big trouble. The massive shove comes out. Garrosh gets the throw. Wow, Stitches goes down. Jace looking for the peel. Dragon Pop. It's late. Again, just to secure. And hopefully push. This should be an easy conversion here. Big bit of chaos here. D.Va gets taunted, but it's in mech form. She hasn't been popped out yet. She may be able to pick up the bomb here. And there was the Phoenix. Wow. Look at the bell tower.
It's unfortunate miners get their 16, but they cannot take any advantage of it with the Stitches being dead.
I mean, I think just being able to delay that cap might be enough here. Oh, Fizz goes with the pause. All right, so we've got a little bit of a break here. Technical issues on Tilted Miners' side. Jump on over. Fizz just needs 1 sec. We'll just hold it on the screen here right now. You got a damage stats up there. You're absolutely right to signal out how effective the Zarya has been. 26k on her shielding. Soaked about as much damage. Hold on 1 second. Let's make sure that these teams know. Let us count down, please.
Ready to go?
Yep. 3. I got it for you. 2.
Okay.
Oh, nope. Fizz said no.
Right.
False start there. Keyboard mouse stopped working. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, everybody's ready. Let's do this again. 3, 2, and we're back in game.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core that leads to the battlegrounds.
So with the 13th minute popping in there, the shortcut to mid is opened up. StepDads, despite being down 16 here, are looking for the D.Va. The bomb is ready, but Baby D.Va is going to be in big trouble. At MSK with the throw to try to get out of there. Oh, and Zarya on the back line. Too much zoning with the Earthquake. Another kill picked up. 4 miners. 11-8 in terms of kills. Big hook. There's the Gorge. Garrosh going for a ride.
Doing a good job of keeping himself alive, but in the end, just makes no difference.
Even Garrosh can't get out of a 5-man.
So I was going to say that with unfortunately with those 2 deaths, I was hoping to see on the side of StepDads, their big, of course level 16 for everyone, but their late game with Junkrat really kicks in at 16 with his ability to continue to poke, assuming he takes down those grenades. Getting those 2 deaths, they lose the boss here. They're going to lose at least one of these towers, possibly both, if Miners decides to be aggressive with it.
They could pokes, but there isn't much of a play there, so it's going to wind up being 8 shots. I would have actually, and I was kind of hoping to see this, I was hoping Woozy would just pop down and finish that bell tower off. That could have been a 2-shot swing there. We'll see late game, something to keep an eye on. That's again, not being able to convert this bottom bell tower with that amount of HP. 2 shots right there. Potentially 4. Here's the invade now from StepDads as they're even on 16 tiers. Baby Diva getting leapt on. Throw with the bomb. The taunt going out as well. Bacon is going to be under big pressure here. So the Rip Tower comes out. That is a huge chunk of HP. But Zarya is going to wind up going down here. On the backside, Jace in big trouble on the Diva. Can he wind up picking up extra mech? I don't think Dr. Holiday is going to let that happen. Diva goes down.
No, what's killing StepDads here is their lack of patience. They're throwing everything on Diva.
In mech form. Yeah.
Yeah, and get no value.
Oh, the 1-for-1 was not what they needed there. They'll take Bell Tower now. 16 to 12 in terms of shots. And they've been very, very quick on the Alexstrasza Dragon Queen trigger. Fizzed, check in camp.
Maybe an invade on this camp?
The altars rise again.
It's Zarya and Diva out of action here. Adam SK looking for the flip. Here's Veles. Adam SK does he have his unstoppable? He does, but he's taking a ton of damage. Walks through the silence. Phoenix is going to wind up putting him low. He's got 20, 10,
5.
The dots.
The Stitches DOTs.
He came to play. That is going to throw this bell tower right back over to Tilted Miners.
Activate them now.
Thinking about delaying it. Do they have enough time to delay? I think Jace wants it. Nope. Yes? No?
They don't have much of an opportunity to really delay. Their poke is very limited compared to the side of
And they do give up the
StepDads.
poke here.
Oh, they're just going to back out entirely. Alright. At the very least, for StepDads, it is one less shot than it should have been.
Yeah, this bottom bell tower, I wish I had the opportunity to play to try to figure out how the shots wound up working. So, if you consider what happened over boss, if you consider that a lost shot on the side of StepDads for not converting that bottom bell tower, that's a 2-shot right there. 2-shot swing. That's another 2-shot swing that sort of evens everything out with Tilted Miners not being able to cap that bottom bell tower back. In the end, 13 to 12 in terms of shots, and this is going to move right into the late game. Miners very close to 20, about a quarter of a level away.
Yeah, that 2-level lead is really the major factor right now.
Oh, and there's a leap by Sonya. They're going ahead and they want to pick that fight. That Diva Bomb comes out. Cleansing Flame used as well. Riptire trying to find some value. Veles seeing if he can wind up getting some value. There's a little bit of a spin. That bell tower is going to cause a big problem. Dr. Holiday does not have Dragon Queen, and Veles slow to get out of the Earthquake. There's the hook by Fizzed. Ooh.
Stitches goes down.
I think that wing buffet kill might have just came through. Adam SK is looking for a flip here. He needs the unstoppable if he's going to be able to get out. Picks up a shield.
Getting some incredible Junkrat value.
Well played by Woozy.
Do get ready.
They almost convert bottom bell tower. They've got time. Is this another situation where they're not going to convert it? Bacon moving on up. No stitches.
With all the ults down, level 20 is almost meaningless for Tilted
They should be able to
Miners.
poke it out between Zarya and Junkrat. There's the flip. Again, Mech Diva. And Mech Diva gets taunted in the expulsion zone. Woozy on the back line almost dying to Lurking Arm.
Woozy goes down. That's it for this team fight.
That's got to be the third time in a row we've seen taunt and expulsion zone on a Diva mech. Adam SK looking for the delay. He doesn't get the delay. Diva has a bomb.
Did she use her self-destruct during that?
I mean, you
could've
do.
sworn I
I
thought.
mean, you get it back almost instantly when you get late game, especially at 20 there. Oh, KT gets
Oh, she got
thrown.
stunned out of
The
it.
bomb
There it is.
late. It's not going to get much value there. Garrosh on the wrong side of things. Riptar comes out trying to save him. He's got about 300 hit points left, but Jace wants to go in for it here. Veles now is stuck. Expulsion zone is out. This is a 5v4. Kael'thas is gone. Ruckle under immense pressure. Veles winds up picking up the kill. Cleansing Flame trying to keep StepDads alive. Thrall is gone. Baby Diva, not long for the world. 4 kills.
Down 20.
Oh, boy. Did StepDads just win the game on that? That's cap 6 and boss is up. I think if they move their butts, oh, they're capping this. They're capping the Saber camp. Go to boss, boys.
Well, this puts pressure while they run the boss.
But the
or they cap mid.
Okay. 10-6. So it'll drop it down to 2. All right. I was hoping they went for boss first and then wound up working bottom lanes because they could have put pressure with top camp and then maybe even mid forward.
See, they can just rotate to mid now, though. Miners can't do anything about it.
2 shots. Keep an eye on Kael'thas here on the bottom. Does he have enough to clean this?
His damage is just so slow. He's going to stop the sappers, but they're not going to be able to defend mid.
Needed that double flame strike. Zarya winds up getting hooked in, but she's got the unstoppable on the shield. Expulsion zone comes out, looking to just secure this. Bacon does not have a shield right now. The taunt goes out onto Stukov. Earthquake goes down. This is big trouble here.
There's one shot. Another shot goes out. This is game.
Stitch is gone.
There's shot number 2.
Wow. StepDads with the late game plays. Wow.
They definitely had a late game comp. If you take a look at the damage once you get to the score screen, Junkrat got insane value.
We're gonna throw up our match summary there. Junkrat with 35k more damage than anybody else in the game, and what an odd imbalance in stats. Garrosh 1 and 7, Zarya 5 and 7, but Dr. Holiday at the backline winds up staying alive as long as possible. You know, we might have criticized a little bit. We were wondering, you know, were those anxious dragons and eager cleansing flames? But him being able to stay alive was critical to that series of late game plays.
Yeah, the front line basically said, we're gonna throw ourselves at you, let our back line just tear you apart, and that's what they did.
You know, the one thing we were talking about there, in sort of the mid parts of that game, just being a little critical of StepDads with that combo. They were going all in on the mech, taunt and expulsion zone for the mech. But when that was away on cooldown, their team fighting was outstanding.
And once they forced out the mech, assuming they didn't take a bunch of damage from it, it took away a lot of the damage potential from Tilted Miners. You know, if they were going for some kind of a wombo with Earthquake, you know, that was no longer there. So Earthquake, aside from the ability to either peel or shut down a retreat, without that, Thrall's ult had virtually no value that entire game.
It's definitely that ult is definitely designed to help with stitches and help with gorge, but it might have been a little bit of overkill. I just personally like sundering. I'm just a fan of it in general. But it is a little bit easy to pick on it when you don't see it get too much value.
Well, Sunder is a playmaker. You can secure kills with it. You can disrupt the entire enemy team with it. Earthquake is a nuisance, but it's unless you need to be leaving ASAP, it's not doing much to you. It's just making it so you're not going anywhere.
You also had you had a lot of self cleanses on the front line. Keep in mind that Zarya talents into the unstoppable shield. Garrosh, obviously, everybody knows at 4, Indomitable is the pick.
And then he can throw one of his backlines out of the Earthquake as well. So there's 3 people that that are out, and then Junkrat mines himself out. So there's 4. You're right. Earthquake, they had plenty of opportunity to just get away from the Earthquake.
I was just impressed by StepDads because where they had a plan in that game, take the Zarya, push bottom, executed it very well. And well, again, we did sort of wonder what's the plan of attack there in the middle of the game from like 10 to like 16. They were exceptional in the chaos in that late game. Exceptional. They wound up making sure that Riptire did not get broken for the channel. And Dr. Holiday and Alex keeping everybody alive.
Yeah, they hung on just long enough. Once they hit 16, Junkrat came online and just demolished them.
Oh, yes, he did.
The Tilted could not do anything about his damage because the only engage they had was the hook, and if you can't hook Junkrat, he could care less about you.
All right. If you're just joining us, we are about to head into Game 2. This is our Week 3 matchup between Div A West teams. StepDads with the upset in Round 1, taking a superb late-game team fight, taking a map off of Tilted Miners. This is the first map that Tilted Miners have lost, oh boy, since Week 2. They have not dropped they were on a 5-map win streak, disrupted there. Again, very well played. That chaos of the team fight, and the one thing, we talked about the early shots, were they going to wind up having value, and late game, you were counting them down, man.
Yeah, that's where it comes down. I've had more than one game where it comes down to one shot apiece or one tower apiece, and it's anyone's game at that point.
So, we move on to Volskaya Industries. This is the map selection of Tilted Miners.
Love this map.
You do.
It's second. My team, this is... I'm going to give away our secret, but I don't think it's a secret at this point. Infertile Shrines in Volskaya. I want to hold a point, and I want to blow your team to the sky.
It's
so
like one thing that's been interesting. I've been seeing this a lot. Teams have been banning Dragonshire out, and I've been seeing a little bit more Volskaya. And the two big differences between those maps: Dragonshire being an old school map which relies on precise rotations and a lot of rotations. and on a map like Dragonshire, there's so much give and take. You go to a map like Volskaya. Not only are you able to play a very comfortable offlaner who's secure in bot lane because of the way that the conveyor belts work. So you've got your 4-man rotation top. You've got a predictable set of points for you to set up and defend. But the other factor in this map that I think is undervalued is how little the camps matter until after the objective takes place. There's like right now with the early power on the protector, there's really no split push value. Like you have to show up and you got to fight over it.
Yeah, the objective from the go, the Triglav is very powerful. But I will have to disagree. The camps really do matter when it comes to those points. If you get a support camp and even just one turret, you got a pretty good chance of just holding that the entire time.
You can't. You expect everybody to sort of have their things, set and ready. It's just, like, the map kind of changed. Like, if you remember when Volskaya first came out, it was all about avoiding the first protector, right? How do we split push?
Oh, yeah, split push,
right?
All day.
Like, you would throw out your stacking heroes, and not, like, we still see Junkrat and Chromie, but, like, we were seeing a lot of Nazeebo. We're seeing like Asmodan strats, and then it's become an early game map. It's totally changed, and I think it actually has wound up being a simpler map after the changes.
Definitely.
Thrall and Garrosh, the bans. The Thrall ban.
No love for the orcs today, I see.
Maybe they want to pick up the Sylvanas. Maybe they're going for the other war chief.
See, the Thrall ban. Thrall wasn't very effective for Tilted Miners that game, so I'm curious as to what maybe they're afraid of the potential wombo that could come out on the objective this game.
This could also be maybe there's something to do with the offlane. We'll have to see how this draft develops. First pick Junkrat. I don't have a problem with that. I know you don't. He's great on this map, and it was played extremely well in the first game.
Yeah, and the Hanzo is the appropriate response to the Junkrat, so I'm excited to see a little bit more of a standard match here, and have a little bit better understanding of what our teams are doing. But they could still surprise us.
So we've got our long-range poke heroes. Maiev available on Volskaya. That seems odd. Tilted Miners again. We talked about in the pregame. 7 out of 8 maps, they banned the Maiev out. Obviously, with her making it through the 2-3, I mean, this is a bit of a tell. Maybe they just don't play that hero.
I would love to see, my team.
Oh, I know.
Again, my team.
Oh, I know. Listen. This is scouting. Raven likes to put people in the cage, and then he likes to put a tire with a bunch of explosives into that cage. You guys have been.
Okay, we won't play that against you.
You guys have been popping that combo really well. No, I wouldn't let it get through draft. So don't worry about it.
But we do see an Alexstrasza that is again another one of our picks. I'm almost excited to see if maybe they're gonna take our comp, but I'm not a fan of an early Alexstrasza as much as I am a fan of the character on the map. I think you can hold it.
So when you look at the Thrall and the Garrosh bands, you're looking at respect bands. Maybe that's in the back of StepDad's head. Maybe they wanted the Alex that bad, they didn't want to get it banned out. And I think maybe Dr. Holiday, flexing a little bit with his team. He wants that early Alex.
It may be a comfort for him. Have seen that people enjoy Alexstrasza. I was not a fan of her until my team decided to start running this kind of a comp, and it's like, oh, hey, she's great.
I mean, her heal output is exceptional, and they're despite the lack of a cleanse, there's a lot of tanks that have their their own self cleanses. Garrosh obviously being removed, but with Johanna moving up in priority, she's just a safe hero. They did go with a Sonya, but Blaze doesn't need a cleanse. Even when you're taking Adrenaline Stim Pack at level 1, it's not necessary. So she's got room, and I think you can make the argument that, especially with the map rotation we're seeing right now, Alex is a valid third support. Nothing but respect bands. And they okay.
So my Evan Stukov is scary. So I would imagine that's a great ban for them.
Surprised that she even made it to that second ban. Tyrael Blaze, okay. This is another popular rotation. I think I've seen my co-caster pick this one quite a bit. It's a great rotation. But to me, this also makes me wonder what this last pick is going to be for miners. They've got room to maybe pick up some kind of wombo. What do you want to see with 40 seconds left here from StepDads?
Well, they have their backline, they have their support, they have their solo lane, their tank. It's difficult to take a lot of tank, like ETC, things into Tyrael. Anything, their wombo, if they had a wombo, Tyrael is going to shut that down.
Dibbles is still up.
Yeah, and he can, if he sees it quick enough, he can charge into the Tyrael, turn the sync down off, and then pop his ult. So.
And they go Nubarak. And Tychus. Okay. These are two very interesting drafts. We've seen some heroes that just normally aren't. I mean, they're not in the meta, but they have a place.
So I'm gonna be me for a second. I want to see a Kerrigan last pick here, but I want to talk about the Nubarak. I don't understand quite why. I guess you can. I know last season we had some issues with Sank being web wrapped.
The worry for Nubarak is that's a Hanzo. You're asking for, okay, maybe they smelled the Kilthos. I don't know, but Hanzo will have a field day against him. But this is an interesting sort of all-in comp, right? Junkrat has his range. you saw last game, Veely's went with a Leap Sonya. You know Doc Holliday will Cleansing Flame on in. So maybe it's a question of, are you going to trade Sanct for Tychus's damage? And if you do, we're coming for you.
Well, once Anubarak and Sonya are in, they're in. You know, their Cleansing Flame's going to have to come out, and they're going to have to do damage quickly, or else they're done. Everything about Junkrat and his ult, Tychus and his cooldowns, it fizzles out really quick, and then there's no real follow-up. So if they can get on the backline and erase Kael'thas and or Hanzo or Stukov, you know, they have the ability. But with the Sank, Tilted Miners has the ability to re-engage on StepDads and just destroy them.
I mean, everybody but Alex has an interrupt for Sanct. That's something to keep an eye on. Might have to put a couple of check marks here on the notebook to see how many times this one is able to be popped off. All right, game 2. Here we go. Tilted Miners, their win streak upset. Now looking to see if they can claw back and pick up a point against StepDads. Here on the left side of the map, Arwolf once again on the Kael'thas. I just fizzed, playing the Blaze. Jace on the Tyrael, maybe a little bit of a tank offlane switch here. Ruktal, once again, on the Stukov. Eiko will be playing the Hanzo. And for StepDads, looking to pick up the domination. Adam SK will be playing the Anubarak. Veely's the captain on Sonya. Woozy, once again on the Junkrat. Dr. Holliday, again on the Alex. Getting a couple of comforts in there. And Bacon will be playing Tychus. So we see the Regen Master immediately for Anubarak. I like that pivot.
Block for Sonya. I do not like a block against Blaze.
It's a lot of... oh, heads up there. Adam SK looking for the burrow in on the Blaze. We'll see if it winds up getting value. There's a lot of big, slow auto attacks between Stukov, Kael'thas, and even Hanzo. Block, as a talent, always gets really good value in the early game. Adam SK under big pressure here. Is Jace going in for this? He does. The Lurking Arm should convert that kill. First blood going over to Tilted Miners.
That was a little bit aggressive.
That's a dead bug. He held that E for a long time. But what we're getting back to with block, it always has really good early game value. It starts to peter out as you push into 13 and 16. Always.
I was going to say, even in the early game, if you're not able to land your abilities on Blaze, he's going to out-sustain you, and he's going to out-wave clear you. Especially once level 7 comes around.
The Veely's will jump up on the cast. Oh, Falendrith. Falendrith, one of our new casters, by the way, throwing out the host. I appreciate it. If you are one of Fal's viewers, welcome. This is Div A West. We are in the second game of our set. The first game, StepDads took a late game teamfight on Towers of Doom. They're going up against the Tilted Miners. Having a little bit of a fun bit of the meta here as we see a Anubarak come out. We see 2 Alex games, 2 Kael'thas games. Level 4 picked up here for the Miners. Double Q build on Hanzo. I swear, if you get 5 Hanzo games, you're going to get 6 different builds. I don't know how, but that's just what's going to happen. Every Hanzo game has been a different build. Every single one I've had is wild. I don't know if that's a strength of the hero or just the fact that nobody can make up their goddamn minds.
Prepare to begin field testing.
Both teams get to level 5. Veely's with a little bit of push against Fizzed here. He'll have access to the conveyor belt, and he'll be able to jump up if he holds it. Both teams grab their back camps. Just a quick position change here. Taking a look at the Tyrael in the top lane. Jace played the D.Va in the last game. Fizz played the Stitches, so they are switching roles, you know, between their offlaner and their main tank. And wow.
Very dead Kael'thas.
Adam SK with the dive.
That's what I was talking about. They get on their backline. The backline's not going to live very long.
I mean, he was going so quickly I didn't even get the camera over there. Well played. 1-1 in terms of kills. The XP lead still in favor right now of Tilted Miners. A little bit of pressure here coming out from the Hanzo. Bacon in a bit of trouble. He'll slide out there. Adam SK on the back line here. Eiko is going to look for the wall to take the jump over. He should have it, but he can hold. Meanwhile, Veely's
going to go ahead and keep the point.
Tilted Miners cleaned up the enemy top camp. They're going to have a little bit of push going in there. Wow. And Adam SK, another dive. He hits the E onto Ruktal Stukov. He does not have a path back in. Doc Holiday does pop the Dragon Queen. Adam SK using a conveyor belt to swing on back around 55% and ticking up.
This is an OK Dragon. Unfortunately, it's down now, and Miners can just go ahead and re-engage. They are up 7s too, so they're going to push StepDads off. I'm not sure how StepDads re-engages back onto them.
Well,
especially without an Ember.
Oh boy. Ooh, that was 15 HP after that bomb went off. Big jet propulsion there from Fizzed. And the lockdown almost claims the bug. Though they did wind up picking 96%, so we can expect overtime here. Sonya, in the meantime, winds up pushing top out.
See, they could go all in on it. I wouldn't like to see.
Well, there's
that.
all right. So you have a
It's very
you have a turret
dangerous.
camp on Blaze. I would imagine he pops that at about 75%. Tyrael right now is on the bottom, so he gives up positioning, even though he can swing up very quickly. Here he comes. Jace on the way in. I just Fizz under huge pressure here. He's going to go down immediately. The damage from both Veely's and the stun lock from Adam SK on the bug. He does not have the E out. There's the shield, the silence. Hanzo converts the kill.
Both teams lose their tank.
And ultimately, Miners actually wind up picking up the first Triglav Protector. Back and forth there. Adam SK, in limited engagements, the burrow in, thumbs up. But in these 5v5 team fights, he is getting shredded and punished.
Yeah, and once he goes down, there is no front line. Sonya has some tankiness, but there's much more self-sustain on the side of Tilted
They
Miners.
can take a big shot there. He's got to be careful here. One big flame strike.
We got mid towers and top towers. There's a little bit of time, but not very much.
It's going to wind up turning into a 1-level lead and level 10. Little zoning.
More of a lead if they happen to pick up some kills with it.
So Blaze and Sonya are down in the bot lane. The question is whether or not, now that they have 10, do we see Miners all in this fort? They back off. Combustion on Blaze.
And Judgment.
Shove, Phoenix, Dragon Arrow. I don't know if they planned this, but this is just an angry set of ultimates.
Yeah, this is telling Step, stay away from me, or we're going to blow you up.
They have plenty of targets between Alex and Junkrat, and the way that Anubarak has even been chunked down, you can make an argument that Anubarak with no cleanse on Alex can be just beaten up here. Watch the damage he's taking. Okay.
Well, the thing is they've shown that they can remove Anubarak from the equation without alts. So if they do that, they then keep going alt the squishies of StepDads and turn fights very quickly.
This was the map pick of Tilted Miners. So, you know, again, we're seeing the non-meta heroics, but very clearly this is part of the plan. Oh, that mine.
Stukov
Oh,
maybe
that
mid.
mine. Well played, Woozy. Throwing the Admiral back over the gate.
Grabs the healing item over the gate. This is mine.
Cheeky play. Leap, Cocoon, Odin, Cleansing Flame, and Riptire. Maybe looking for a little... Oh, alright. I was afraid Adam might have overdone that one there. But I like the aggressive Anubarak. The only way to play Anubarak is aggressive right now, given his low health pool, given the preponderance of just physical damage that just about everybody's comps are playing right now. You can't be on the defensive with that hero.
He doesn't survive poke for very long.
The eternal battle on bot lane right now. We see the gate gone. A little bit of tower damage here. Fizz will wind up rotating up. Same on the opposite side. So after all that mess, Structure's fairly close to even. It's still a 1-level lead for Tilted Miners. We got a top engage here. Adam SK has found Stukov, but backs off. 30 seconds left. Oh, Alex is in big trouble. We see Judgment. Yep, there's the arrow. And she gets the Cleansing Flame off. Stukov stuck in the cocoon. See if StepDads wants to turn this around. Kel'Thas is nearly gone. That Riptire winds up hitting Hanzo. He jumps over the wall. Woozy in big trouble. Doc Holliday in big trouble as well. Tyrael with the auto attacks winds up confirming the kill on Alex, but Bacon uses the Odin. And there's the leap onto KT. 2 for 1 right now. StepDads keeping the momentum going. Veely's almost does not quite get the Stukov.
Hanzo was very aggressively positioned there. If he had been a little bit farther back, that probably would not have been taken out.
You can see what he was doing. He was just hoping to get the kill on Woozy, and he quite nearly had it. And Odin to confirm the kill on the Shimada.
Now we still have 3 ults up on the, well, 2, because Shove's always ult up. Phoenix and Combustion, so they can re-engage once everyone's alive. Judgment will be back up, Arrow will be back up.
So the early
Ult's still going to be 25 seconds on the side of StepDads.
And those kills and the heroic trades do allow StepDads to pick up 13. There's the Judgment yet again on the Alex. Both Blaze going in, and the Dragon Arrow. Oh, Doc Holliday again just sneaking his way out of there. Veely's trying to work his way back. Tyrael is in big trouble. Remember, this Tyrael does not have Sank. There's the kill. Veely's will likely go down. Trade value? No.
No.
Adam SK burrows out the Riptire to zone, and all of a sudden Stukov is in big trouble. He's at 200 health points. Tychus trades out. Doc Holliday trying to work his way through.
Something I wanna find out in a post game is I wonder if there's a communication issue going on with that Judgment, because there's no real follow up to it. The arrow goes out.
It was blocked on the last attempt. Another set of kills going on, so this Triglav may not get any value, but
yeah, that's a big thing for them.
But is it a win? I mean, is it a moral victory, I guess? I don't know. I'm trying to frame this the right way for StepDads. They're keeping themselves in it.
No, for StepDads.
I mean, they're keeping themselves in it, but the other thing you talked about, that's a late game comp for StepDads. The longer they stay in this game, the stronger they should get. Silver linings.
Well, let's see.
Silver linings. 6-6 in terms of kills.
Taking a look at the talents, Hanzo's almost finished his target practice. I'm not sure who he still has yet to hit.
Alex finishes W quest. That's a big power spike there.
And she went for W at 7.
This is aggressive without 16 from Miners. We'll throw these talents back up. StepDads, are they going to give this up? They're going to Odin for it. They want the camp that badly. Adam SK has the bomb on him. He is rooted, and he is in big trouble. That Silence Pool is going to convert that kill. Veely's on the backline. Combustion from Aegis Fizz. He does get knocked out by the Junkrat Mine, but Odin is in a huge chunk of trouble. Good bit of spin there. Another little zoning Junkrat Riptire, and no kills. This game's...
That Riptire could have been huge.
These games have been exhausting. 8-6 in terms of kills. We had 30 kills in the first game? We're at 15 now. We're about halfway through.
Now with that second team fight loss, they're going to be down 2 levels. 16 likely won't be up for them. They might just
They're going to need this kill on Hanzo here. That'd be huge. Gotta wait to jump out. Cue Benny Hill soundtrack.
Yeah,
oh, the spear by Veely's.
That was nice. That is not what Tilted Miners needed. They had a nice lead in Hanzo. Unfortunately.
And now they're going to open up bot lane. The spear on the conveyor belt. You know, everybody likes seeing it because an Overwatch hero with high mobility just went down to a Diablo hero. We did it, Reddit. Doc Holliday's gonna pop Dragon Queen. They want this fort badly. Beely.
Yeah, there's been very little pushing the whole game.
No, they need to get to 16 with Junkrat before they're really gonna start to spike. It's close.
And the other thing about that, that's no dragon for the objective.
No, I would have liked to have seen them, instead of going after the fort, convert that well.
Well, both sides have their well, so neither side has an advantage in those terms.
Right now.
Unless... Even if they just pop the well and back up, that's a win for them.
They have more than enough time.
There
They
you
have
go.
more than enough time. Between Blaze Hunter and Kill Toss, it's just above average siege damage.
Take control of it.
They're going to put Blaze back on the point. Tyrael stays.
Now, if they get the
They better.
fort, that gives them the capability to just chase off the point.
Oh, Bailey's is looking for a big spear. 16 is picked up for StepDads. All heroics are on the board. We'll check on the Alex. Dragon Queen has 80 seconds left.
The lack of Dragon Queen is a major issue, however,
There's the Judgment. Anubarak gets deleted. Combustion's out. Bailey's with just a hop to try to get a little bit of stun and damage. That's one kill. It looks like Tyke is in the long for this world, but Blaze at the back is one auto attack away. And there's another kill. Sonya, Anubarak, and Tychus go down. Doc Holliday is certainly next. No fort to retreat behind. Woozy trying to get out of there.
Woozy's even dead. That's what
There's
I was
the ace.
saying. Once that fort's down, they can be aggressive.
StepDads rotated 5 people up top, and it took them way too long to wind up getting down to the bot lane. They wound up trading, what, a fort clear, or excuse me, a Merc camp clear for a fort, and this is going to cost them. This should be key.
This could cost them a keep at least.
It's.
Honestly, if I was Tilted Miners, I'd have someone mid, soaking mid
I
too.
think they want the game.
That's what I mean. Get themselves 20 going into the Trigloff.
I think.
And this is my concern about Anubarak. He's just, I don't like him as a tank unless you have. This isn't even as all in as it could be. You know, like a Kerrigan, a Genji, something that's going to follow you in and take pressure off of the Anubarak, because he's in there and he's just eating everything.
A little bit of gamesmanship here from Tilted Miners, man. This is their map pick. They're just kind of juggling heroes around. One thing that we haven't really talked about yet is they've controlled the turrets, and they've had just more items for these fights on the point. Rukdal right now on the Stukov is holding the turret. They'll get 20 on the keep. 2 kills might be it. There's the all-in on the Tychus, all-in on the backline. The reverse there from StepDads. Nubarek is going down with the trigger left. That's way too much. Way too much damage. The Drift Propulsion comes out. Fizz missed. The first kill is gone. Sonya is completely zoned out. And now Tilted Miners, they're going to go to work on the keep. Triglov at half health. Odin popped. There goes the keep.
They have the tools to handle the defense of the Trigloff with the Tychus and the resets on the Junkrat.
They only have Cleansing Flame and Riptire. Miners want it. Remember, they don't have Sanct on the core. Oh, early Riptire. Bacon. 400 health. Running away.
Woozy will defend this. I do not believe they
He's
can
got
end
incredible poke on the back lane. You can see Rukdal and Fizz there. Oh, the all-in on the Judgment. So they want to try to... Oh! Judgment on the Tychus is followed up by the KT damage. That's 1 kill. There goes the shield.
I think they're ambitious. They're being ambitious here. If they don't kill, they're getting a lot of damage.
The cocoon on the Material Blaze is caught out as well. Adam SK finally gets the engage that he wants. They're going to use the combustion to try to get the counter kill. Sonya goes down. Stukov was traded out, and Nubarak is out. Oh boy. Fizz lives.
I still think it was a bit ambitious, but you know, it worked out.
I think, just, you know, taking a quick peek at the map, I think they wanted this game based on the fact that they had no other forts. I like that call. Just go for it. You feel pretty good. Akuma with a raid. Thank you, Akuma. Well, there's 7 people jumping on in. Guys, if you're just joining us, we have just concluded the end of this Div A West matchup. Tilted Miners, their win streak upset. They come back on Volskaya with Judgment Combustion. 19 kills to 9. Strong play at the end of the game there. That one turned with that final kill onto Bacon. But I think it was very clear that they have been working on this Volskaya comp.
Yeah, the StepDads have been struggling the entire game, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna continue ranting at it. The Nubarak lost them, could very much have lost them the game by itself. Not that he played, but it didn't do anything for them.
It's a risk. It's a risk. They got value out of it in the early game, but
much like Kerrigan, the early game, you get that aggressive value, but as the game wears on, he becomes more and more, or less and less useful as a tank.
Oh boy, long fights do not favor a Nubarak. But I'm trying to find a silver line in there. You know what? They went for it. Whatever. You know, like I said, they wound up picking up a map with a little bit of an unconventional play. They wound up going into the Zarya comp, which they executed actually really, really well. I like what they did in the first game. Just try to running it down bot lane. It works. All right, let's see if we can are in lobby for interview. We'll try to get both guys here. I know we got some late viewers. We'll see if we can talk to the teams. Try to go over a little bit of the thought process through both of those matchups. Fun games. 30 kills in the second game here. I want to say maybe 35 in the first. Just a bloodbath. All right, let's see if we can. Hello. Hey, Jalen, what's happening, man?
I don't know, kind of disappointed. But it is what
we
it
can
is.
tell. Listen, we'll start with the bad, and then we'll for this we'll work on into the good. Tower's a little bit of a struggle for you guys. We saw the draft happening, and we really liked what you guys were doing, with the Stitches, with the Diva. It just seems like you guys kind of struggled to convert more than one kill, and that definitely seemed to be the problem in the first game.
Yeah, I have to agree. Towers isn't our best map. I think it showed there. We don't have much practice on it. I think we were kind of caught off guard by their double soak and 4-bot strat.
We talked about it too. If
Yeah,
you're
we didn't know what
if
to
you're
do.
not ready to play against Zarya, it's just a wild tilt. You've got to sort of reconfigure what you guys are doing. But before we get to game 2, you guys like the Kael'thas in both games. Early priority on the Stukov. And going so coming off of a defeat like in the first game, right? It comes down to a late game team fight and a lot of that siege damage. How do you guys come back and reset for Volskaya in game 2?
I mean, yeah, we were disappointed, but I thought we played well enough to keep our heads up. I mean, we didn't do terrible, but
Just a close one, man.
it was relatively close. I definitely thought that they outcomped us. We definitely lost in that aspect, in my opinion. But I mean, we still had our moments for
Right.
sure.
Game 2, headed to Volskaya, you guys had clearly a really good idea about how to work the map, and you came at it with Judgment and Combustion. Was that planned,
yeah.
or was that an adaptation on your part?
The judgment definitely was planned, but I just felt like we needed a bit more backline damage, so I went with combustion on the fly.
I think it worked. You guys wound up picking up 19 kills. I actually got the stats still up here. So you take the draw on that one. Again, we talked a lot about the fact that you guys were on a 5-map roll. So even with a little bit of a bobble, where do you guys feel like you're at right now in Div A West? You've got a couple teams at the top that are undefeated. You guys are in that next group. shown some good things. What is it going to take for you guys to break into that top echelon of A West?
For us personally, I feel like our champ pools are hero pools are fairly restricted, and like as opposed to most teams. I feel like our draft options aren't like as flexible as the top tier teams. Like watching like Team Freelo versus I forget the name. Adults with Jobs, I think.
Adults with Jobs are up there.
Like,
Also, I had a Blasting Burrows game. They've been on quite a bit of a roll.
yeah, it was today, but like we've scanned them before, and they just bring out a lot of stuff that we just can't match.
Maybe yet. It's a long season. It's a long
Yeah.
season. Raven, questions on your part.
I was just wondering on that game one, couple of questions. The Diva, what was the thinking behind that pick in general?
Yeah, we don't see Diva often, and it was played.
Yeah, we felt like we were lacking in damage a bit because we put Throw on the solo lane, and we weren't sure what we could do. So we decided that like Diva was a good mix of like bruiser and damage, and yeah, she did decent damage that game. So on top of the fact that it's a really like good pick for us in terms of comfort, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, and then were you looking to pair that? I saw the Earthquake take on Thrall. Were you looking to pair the Diva bomb with the Earthquake?
I don't think so. I think that just was a coincidence that it worked out like that. But
How do you
yeah.
feel how do you feel you got value? You know, what if any value do you got out of your Earthquakes?
It definitely helped feel for the backline a bit. I know we didn't do that too well that game in particular, but
yeah, it's difficult
also,
to
yeah.
feel much with Diva and Stitches. So taking in hindsight, thinking about it now, the Earthquake is a decent peeling option. It's just not a huge engaged tool. So I just wondered if it was planned or if it was something that you guys kind of decided at level 10 to go ahead and go with.
Yeah, no, I mean definitely if we had more practice on towers, we could have drafted something else, I think. But
Towers is a popular map here.
Yeah.
In NGS, I do think I like that you guys were willing to go to Volskaya. I think that, and from what I scouted out a little bit, that and Tomb seem to be your better maps.
Oh yeah, that's definitely our
right.
best
And
maps.
those, two maps that are not, again, if you've got two maps that are not frequently played, you're in a good spot there. But yeah, like I said, just that little word of advice. Everybody in NGS should always be aware that Infernal is going to get picked a lot, and I would think that Towers would probably be in the next tier of popular maps. I would think. I believe you guys are new here too, as well. Coming over from Dorm, and were you guys in Chair League before this? Like, how did you guys come to NGS?
We just came together fall semester of school, and we just decided to form a HOTS team.
Right on.
So yeah, most of us are kind of new to the game, but decided to do NGS for more competitive experience.
All right, man. Well, you guys are doing good. Div A West especially is a really tough div, and you guys are well in position to get a good playoff seed, and we hope to see you guys later in the season. You got any shout outs?
No.
All right, man. Thank you. All right, you have yourself a good night. Again, thank you for joining us, and good luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello?
All right. Veles, what's happening, man? I didn't know if we were going to catch you.
Sorry, I had to go get a drink.
Not a problem, man. Oh, Fallinger, thank you for the follow, brother. Keep casting. You're doing good work. All right. So, second map on Volskaya, they look like they were just better prepared for that map. That looks like something that you're not too comfortable with, maybe?
We were really thrown off by, like, what their comp did, I think. Mostly. Like, the Judgment, and the Hanzo was, like, flanking our back line, too, and we just weren't dealing with that really well in the team fights, I don't think.
Did you guys get We were looking at the Anubarak for a lot of that game. We were everybody sort of knows Anubarak's deficiencies and strengths, but to us it looked like you were maybe caught in between an all-in comp, and maybe you didn't quite get it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we're struggling with because in comms, we had to deal with the Stukov, so I got leaped for that, and then we also had to deal with the Hanzo, and so we just didn't know who to get on, and we were sort of like splitting our focus. But yeah, I'd say it's fair to say that we were kind of caught in between dive and like poke.
All right, like I said, we just talking with your opposite captain there, Fizz. That's a map that they like, and that again they were really well prepared for. I think they had a good plan. And Volskaya, not a map that we see all the time, so it does catch up on teams. But that first game,
yeah, actually, I was just telling my team, like, we definitely had a game plan for our map, and they had a game plan for their map, and I think that showed each round.
You guys pulled out ahead early, flashed the Zarya. They were definitely not ready for that. Fall behind a little bit in the mid game. I think you guys got caught maybe focusing Mech Diva, but what's going on at the end of that game? That just chaos. You guys excelled in the chaos.
I don't even really know, honestly. Like the last fight that sort of propelled us to the win. It was like all over the place. Maybe we're really good in like scrappy fights, I think, because our team fight is a little weaker, so we excel in like those crazy, just like things are everywhere kind of fights. I think that's what it turned into. I mean,
I don't know if you guys knew that you actually broke up Tilted Miner's 5-game map win streak there with a heck of a team fight.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch that to actually see what happened.
I don't think I called that very well because, like I said, it was just chaos. And then all of a sudden, you guys were alive and they were not.
Yep, that's exactly how it went. Man.
All right, Raven, questions for Veles?
No, I think you covered basically all the questions I had. I think you guys played the comp that you put together really well. Game 1 and just Game 2, it couldn't quite get it together late game. The Junkrat Game 1, you guys got immense value out of it, and it didn't show up Game 2. And I think that had mostly to do with just their comp versus yours. You weren't able to just sit and poke them out like you did Game 1. But I would shout out Woozy. He did a fantastic job Game 1 and of making sure all the frontline deaths weren't in vain.
Yeah, let City or Woozy or whatever you want to call him. Junkrat is like his hero, and he's really good at him.
No, you're absolutely right. He excelled in that first game there. You guys turned a lot of situations that were 1-for-1s into 2-for-1s in your favor. All right, Veles, the floor is yours. You get time for shout-outs, brother.
Oh, God. Well, how about shout-out to my team? I feel like we're going to turn our season around here with that draw. We're going to pick up some wins later in the season. Yeah, I want to shout out to Honk Hunter and Azerman, too, for being on past teams with me. Really appreciate you guys sticking around and subbing in when we need them. Yeah, and that's... Oh, yeah, also shout out to the guys from Greek Economy, giving us tips and stuff to how to improve ourselves.
Right on, man.
That's it.
Listen, even though it's 1 point, that was a big pickup for you guys, and hopefully that'll propel you guys up a little bit higher in the standings and get you securely in the playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully that's what we're shooting for.
Veles, good luck. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for casting.
Always, man. My pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Raven. That does it for us.
Yeah, I appreciate the invitation. I had a blast getting to coast with you.
Right on. We certainly got a couple of kills. I got to go back. I think that might have been 70 kills between the two games. I might be overinflating that, but that was a lot of fun. And for you guys that are out there right now, let me just go ahead and do this too. Throw this guy a follow. Raven is another one of our new casters here. How many? What are you? You're picking up quite a few games a week, actually.
Yeah, we actually we split with Sponsor Boy Rory last week, and then game 1 this week. Of course, we got a domination, and we're looking for another domination on Friday. So we're gonna come up from the bottom. We're actually tied for 8th, so we have a run for the playoffs come end season.
I should have things to say, but I'm actually in the division with you. So, let me get this. Let me make sure I get this right. I'm going to flash this chat. Throw some more follows out there. Twitch.tv/RavenX. Am I correct? Click.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Throw Raven some follows. If you guys want to keep following all the NGS action, always be on the lookout for the Nexus Gaming Series community. Every night there is just a litany of games going on. Probably from, God, we go from like 7 to midnight every single night. Right now I'm just flashing my upcoming broadcast. For a little bit of a Friday doubleheader. We'll go Heroic Div and Div C. Sunday, we've got a Heroic Div doubleheader as well. If you're looking to catch up on some past casts, check my YouTube channel on the bottom there. My VODs are always up to date once they wind up going through. But a special shout out to all the follows that came through. Lit City, who is Woozy. Much love. The host from Akuman Philindrith, again. Squid Fingers, I see you out there. Honk Hunter, the follow as well. Going all the way back to Big Beard. This has been a joy. Thank you guys for joining me here in the lecture hall. I am Professor Bobo, and again, a special shout out to my co-caster and former teammate here, Raven X.
It's been a blast,
All right,
Bobo. Hopefully we get to do it again
real
real soon.
we will, buddy. I appreciate it, and you guys have yourselves a good night. Cheers.